Hey everyone, I'm Matt Mignogna, and welcome to Conjecture. This is a video blog I'm starting to talk about the ideas and questions that interest me. Let's begin. Why do we hold the door? The most basic explanation is that it's a social norm. It's the nice, polite thing to do. When you see someone else coming, you open the door for them so they don't have to open the door themselves. Yet psychologists David Rosenbaum and Joseph Santamaria propose an interesting theory as to why we hold the door, and that is it minimizes the collective effort we spend holding the door. And that just means if someone's walking by and you're already holding the door open, then they won't have to expend the energy to hold the door open, thus minimizing the collective effort. And theoretically, if the door is held open for us as frequently as we hold it open for others, then the time we'll spend opening doors in our lives is reduced by half. So to test this collective effort theory, Rosenbaum and Santamaria analyzed the behavior of 150 people coming into and leaving doors. And the first thing they found is that we're more likely to hold the door for more time when we can tell there's more than one follower coming in. And if we look at this through the collective effort theory, then this makes a lot of sense. If you're holding the door and you can see two people are coming, you can think, wow, I'm stopping both of them from opening the door. But what's more interesting than the person holding the door open is the behavior of the people coming through the open door. When the door was held for just one person, that one person tended to speed up and get to the door sooner than they would otherwise. And this almost compounds the collective effort theory, because not only is someone holding the door, but then that person approaching is thinking, well, they're already holding the door for me, I should reciprocate and get there sooner so they'll hold the door for less time than they would. We've probably all been on both ends, both holding and speeding up. But then the study focused on groups of people for whom the door was being held open. They were found to be like the individuals. They did speed up, yes, but not nearly as much. Because these groups are comprised of more than one person, the incentive to reciprocate the action was almost shared socially amongst those in the group. That means that if you took the amount that each person in the group sped up, and combine that together, then you get the same amount that one person would have sped up if the door was being held open for them. When you're in a group and everyone just speeds up slightly, it amounts to just everyone going just a little faster. Which is why this study initially found that people are willing to hold the door open longer for groups coming. It's not necessarily that they're willing, but they begin to hold the door open for those other groups, and then the other groups think, oh, well, I'll just share this social responsibility, and then they wind up waiting longer. But even without these larger groups speeding up, one thing does seem certain, and that's that the collective effort spent does seem to be minimized. And maybe this helps explain why holding the door became a social norm. We tend to do things that are nice and polite, yeah, but if you add in the fact that it saves tons of people lots of effort on a daily basis, that sounds like something we should probably just do on our own. However, Rosenbaum and Santamaria's study only looks at door-holding activity within a socially optimal range. What happens when doors are held outside of those socially optimal conditions? I think the farther away we are, the more we'll speed up. I mean, if I saw someone holding the door 30 feet away from me, I'd probably start running. And to a normal person that sounds absurd maybe, but I'm not alone. In his video, Holding the Door for People That Are Far Away, Andrew Hales holds the door for people that are far away. So like Rosenbaum and Santamaria stated, we see individuals speeding up when the door is held for them, and groups dispersing this social responsibility, speeding up little if at all. But then Hales gets farther away, outside of an already lenient social distance, and there he goes! Thanks.
Yeah, man, come on, get in there.
So yeah, some people will actually run if the door is held open far enough away from them. Now, Hales finds the same thing that Rosenbaum and Santamaria did with large groups. Even when they're really far away, they speed up little if at all. But even though the guy who ran to Hales prevented Hales from holding the door open for longer, the collective effort of the interaction was increased because that guy freaking ran to him. Now, obviously, Hales is making this video just to have fun with people, but if anyone held the door at the same distance he was, people would still respond in the same way. Ultimately, door holding comes down to a question of distance. There's friendly, awkward, and why are you doing this? So even if we have the intention of minimizing the collective effort when we hold the door open, when we do it outside of socially optimum distances, we increase it. So just try to stay in a socially normal range when you hold the door open for people, and everything will run a lot smoother. But hey, that's just conjecture. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, thanks for watching my first video. If you liked it or thought it was entertaining, then you should totally like or subscribe so I know to keep making more of these videos. There are links to Rosenbaum and Santamaria's study in the description, as well as Andrew Hales' video and other images I used in the description. Thanks guys.